Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made this Nightmare Before Christmas ornament that I am going to give to my oldest granddaughter. So I got this graphic off of, I want to say, Facebook, and I put it into Cricut Design Space and did a print and then cut. But because my printer and my Cricut are not in the same building, I have to cut these out by hand. So there's 4 on a sheet, and I'm just going to use my scissors and cut all around them. And my granddaughter loves Nightmare Before Christmas, especially Jack. So this is Jack and his girlfriend in front of a Christmas tree, and I thought she might like these in ornaments. So I took this Rust-Oleum 2x clear ultra cover, and I did spray the paper before I cut these out so that my ink wouldn't run, because I'm just using an inkjet printer. And I have this wooden ornament, and I got these in a package of, I think there's like 6 of them from Hobby Lobby, and they have them each year. And I'm just going to use my Kelly Green acrylic paint, and I am going to paint just the circle part of this ornament. Now you can omit this. At the time I was going for a different look, and then it kind of evolved into something else. So you don't have to paint this. My granddaughter loves green, so I thought, well, I'll do the edges, because there's going to be edges showing, because the cutout is smaller than the ornament, which the cutout is 3.5 inches. And I believe the ornament is about 4 inches. So I went ahead and painted that, and then I'm taking my silver paint pen that I got from Magnolia, but you can get these anywhere, and I'm just going to paint the very top part of my ornament, which is, the cap that you normally put the hanger on that you hang on your tree. So I didn't feel like I was getting quite the coverage that I wanted with my paint pen, so I was, priming it, but it did cover it all right. I don't know why I was thinking it didn't, because it really did cover it, that is. But it is silver. But any silver paint pen will do. And I just leave the hanger on these when I work with them, the ornaments. They come with a hanger, so I'm not going to worry about it. And now I'm going to do my homemade Mod Podge. So if you don't make your own Mod Podge, you might want to do that. You can save a lot of money. I use 2 cups of either all-purpose or school glue, Elmer's, and a 1/2 cup of water, and that's all there is to it. And it's basically the same as the matte Mod Podge. So I just put a generous amount on my ornament, and I'm just, using my paintbrush to brush it all over. And now I'm going to come in with my graphic, and there it is. And you can see that it's smaller than the ornament, which is what I wanted. Now basically what you want to do at this point is just set this aside to dry, and maybe put something heavy on top of it, maybe a book, or, just something to make it stick down, and then let it dry. but for the video purposes, I am going to put some parchment paper over it, and I'm going to use my iron. Now my iron should have been hotter than it was. I had just turned it on, and it wasn't fully heated up. And then you can see, like the Mod Podge I have on the edge there, it did kind of cloud that up. So I'm trying to get that off. And that's why I say, you know, wait until it's fully dried. And then you can go over it with the iron if you want to. I don't think you have to. And this is part of the reason that I went a different direction with this instead of just having the green around the edges there. So I was like, you know, that's not very hot. My iron must not have it on all the way. There was a button I needed to press and I didn't realize it, so I pressed it and it did better. But you can see the cloudiness kind of around it where the other Mod Podge was. And so we're going to take care of that. This is from a Maker Studio, and it's a sizing glue. So I'm just going to take this little small pouncer brush, foam brush, or foam dauber, and I'm going to go around the edges. And this is why I say you do not have to paint this, the ornament, before you do this. Unless you just want to. And then once you get this sizing on, you want it to kind of go clear, and it'll still be sticky. And then you can add your flakes to it. Now, I had gotten these flakes. They were in a container or a box of all these different mica powders. And so they had silver flakes, gold flakes, and I think copper flakes. So I'm just using the silver flakes. And I'm going to go all the way around the edge there where I put the sizing. And this stuff is messy, let me tell you. Messy. And it wants to cling, and it's hard to get it in the trash, and just a pain. But it turns out really good. So I'm just going to take this dry paint brush. Now you want it dry. You don't want it wet in any way. And I'm just going to brush off or brush it in. And then I'm going to pick up the excess pieces there and put them on the edges too. But you do want a dry brush for this. And I'm like, okay, well, that's not working very well. Let me get my tweezers out. I got a whole bunch of it, and this stuff will stick to your fingers. I think I still have some on my fingers, and this is the next day. It's just messy. I mean, it's pretty. I like it, but it's messy. And wherever you have glue or the sizing or whatever you want to call it, that's where your pieces are going to stick. So if you get the sizing or the glue or whatever on your fingers, guess what? Those flakes are going to stick to your fingers. And then I'm just taking my brush and I'm just kind of rubbing it in. And then brushing it off, brushing off the excess. But this is why I say you don't need to paint your ornament. I was going to leave it as is, but when I had the mishap with the Mod Podge, then I was like, well, you know, I need to cover that up. So I decided to use the silver flakes, and I'm glad I did because I do like the outcome of it. So happy accident, right? Even better than the green. So I'm just brushing off the excess and kind of rubbing in what's on there. You'll have to tell me what you think. Do you like the silver flakes on there? Or should I have left it green? I think my granddaughter's going to like it with the silver flakes on it. Even though green is her favorite color. And to get the extra of this stuff back in the bottle, oh my gosh. Really? Wasn't happening. Like I said, clean up with this stuff. It wants to stick everywhere. It doesn't want to go where you want it to go. It's just a mess. It's a mess. Okay, so now I'm going to put some UV resin on the top of this. So this is KISREL is the brand, and I do get it off of Amazon. And these are pretty big bottles, and I get a package of 4 of these in a container. And they're pretty reasonably priced. And this is the second time I have bought the 4-pack of this resin. And it's really affordable, and I really like it. And then I'm just going to take my popsicle stick, and then I'm just going to spread the resin out. Make sure it goes all the way to the edges. And I'm going to make sure the top of that ornament is fully covered with the resin. And I did make her 3 of these ornaments exactly the same. I would have done 4, but I didn't have a 4th wood ornament to do it with. So she's going to get 3. Hope she doesn't mind. So I just make sure it's all around the edges. Everything is fully coated. There's no areas that doesn't have the UV resin. And then I'm just going to take my lighter there and pop any bubbles that are there. And then I'm going to put it under my UV light for 2 minutes. And once the 2 minutes is up, it is done. This is done. And I think it looks so good. Look at that shine on there from the UV resin. I just think it adds just so much to your ornaments when you put resin on them. So there it is. I think she's going to love it. Let me know what you think of this project. And again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts. And there it is on my outside log. And if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please feel free to do so. I post 3 videos and 4 shorts each week. So videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and shorts on all the other days. And I'll see you later.